Hello, Aries. Welcome to your weekly reading. It is for January 2nd through 8th. Hope you're amazing. Happy New Year. We're into the new year now. So, we are going to get started on your reading. We're going to do a general for the week, a focus on love, and then a focus on money and career. Okay, Aries? So, your card we're starting off is Dilettante. Um, Delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in pursuits. Okay. And the chess queen, trust and strategizing. Okay. This is a bit of a warning. Okay. So things are going great. Everything's fantastic. You're feeling good. This is like you need to start paying attention to the red flags. Okay. So I feel like you're trying to be very like open and kind and sweet and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like it can set you up sometimes when you do that because you're giving people or situations a little bit too much benefit of the doubt. I will say this. I will say that you can get through any obstacles that you come into contact with. You just need to be more spontaneous about flowing through them, right? So you don't want to stick in things. You don't want something to happen and then be like, oh, I knew this would happen and then deal with that for like a month. It's more like, okay, that happened, so let's move on, right? Because I feel like it's important for you to pay attention to red flags. So if something happens or when something happens, you'll be more like, okay, saw that coming. You're more prepared, I feel like. Okay. So Ace of Cups, Seven of Wands, and the Ten of Swords in reverse. Some of this may have to do with love, right? I feel like you're regenerating your emotions and feelings, maybe in the love area. So this may have to do with the love relationship. But I feel like you have this mindset of like, I need to endure or I need to push through in order for things to be successful. Like, if I push through, if I let this happen or whatever, things will be better on the other side. But I feel like there's a person that's more, this person's kind of more focused on themselves and their own development and what's best for them. So be careful because I feel like in your environment, you kind of need to uh, pay more attention to yourself. Yeah. It is really about what's nurturing you and what's not, right? What's giving to you and what's not. What's taking from you, what's holding you back, things like that. Um so I feel like everyone else around you is kind of making the best decisions for them, so it's important for you to do the same. But it's in a nice way. It's not like you're a dictator, okay? Okay, so let me see what you don't see. Wheel of Fortune. The Sun. King of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's a weird turn that happens this week that you're going to see as unfortunate, but it's helping you break a cycle that you almost got yourself stuck in, okay? And it's because of love or because you care about someone or you want to see the best in someone, okay? And it has something to do with like your emotions. So it's probably in the love area of your life. Um, it's almost like you're starting to see that this person or this situation isn't really as glitter as gold as you think it is. Okay? All right. So it's a little bit of realization, Henny. Okay? In love, we have forgiveness and let your friends help you. Yeah. So I feel like this has to do with compatibility, which is interesting. It's like seeing if somebody is really compatible with you. They can wine and dine you and everything can look beautiful, but sometimes you may not be compatible. Sometimes you may not want the same things or see things in the same way, and that's okay. Um, so I feel like this is like, don't say, oh, I let this happen to me again. It's more like, okay, I learned a lesson and let me move on. But you don't want to stay in something too long or be stuck in a mindset for too long because it'll become more than it needs to be in your life. I'll say that. So we have the Ace of Coins, the Four of Coins in reverse, and the Emperor. Yeah. So you want a long-term relationship. I feel like you want something that's going to be stable, like a person that's going to be in your life for a long time. So you have that mindset of like, I'm looking for a husband, I'm looking for a wife, I'm looking for a long-term partner. That's what it is that you're doing. Okay. So I feel like you're taking control to do that, but sometimes you can turn more into a dictator or be too much into the structure of things. Love has a flow to it. Love, like water, has movement, right? It has a flow, an ebb and flow to it. So it's calling you to like not hold on to things too much or not hold on to a person or a situation too much, to let it go and let it have some flow to it. Because when you let it have flow, it moves the way it's supposed to move. Otherwise, you're holding on too tightly and you may hold on to something that is supposed to flow out of your life. Okay, so the Seven of Cups, I'm sorry, the Seven of Coins and the Queen of Coins in reverse. Yeah, you're falling into a trap of trying to work on something, right? You're trying to grow something. That's what you want, that long term, right? But it's that spiritual, like, realization of what really needs to stay in your life and what really doesn't. Sometimes you have to let that flow come. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse talks about getting stuck in frivolous relationships and frivolous situations that aren't going to last long. So be careful of that, okay? Because I feel like this person kind of has that energy. So what you don't see is the Moon, the Seven of Swords in reverse, and the Magician. Yeah, you're a little bit confused about making a decision because I feel like you want to hold on, Aries, like to see what's going to happen, but at the same time, you're like, I need to pay attention to what's going on. So I feel like you're not listening to the latter of things. You're just like, I can push through, I can make this happen, I can make my desires a reality if I just stick with it. I feel like that has to do with like past relationships or past issues that's kind of clashing in with this one. So you're not paying attention to like the red flags or things that you need to pay attention to with this person that you're dealing with now. Okay? So money and career, we have flowers. Working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. Paying attention to how things are developing. Pay yourself first. Make yourself the most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self care ensures that you have savings to invest in the present and your future. This is about paying attention to your money and your career. I feel like this is your main focus. Like, some part of the new year, Aries, is really about you becoming really solid at your work ethic. So take that how you want to take it. It's time for you to start saving money. It's time for you to start budgeting. It's time for you to start buckling down on those important adult things that we don't really want to do this year. Okay. Like last year, you had time to kind of think about it, maybe not kind of do it. There were issues. You had to pay for things. But this year, you have to buckle down for it. Okay. This is about preparing for the future, financially and career wise. Okay. So, Eight of Coins in reverse, Two of Coins in reverse, and the Six of Coins. Yeah. It is. This week is about you focusing on things that you haven't really worked on. It's like you knew you should work on these things. You know you should save money, but you really hadn't. You may have had to pay bills or give money to other things, especially the holiday season. We've all been spending a lot of money. So this is your time to like recoup that this week. Okay. Knight of Coins in reverse and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, especially those of you feeling stuck money wise, it's like you need a safe bank or budgeting will help you get to the place that you need to be eventually. So I feel like there's work that needs to be done, like to balance things out. Like there's a time where things may be a little iffy, but you'll eventually get there. And if you don't work on it, then you won't eventually get there. Um, So it's less about worrying about the present and more about preparing for the future. Okay. So what you don't see in your working career or working money, Nine of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Temperance. Your dedication to making your financial and career life better is in your hands. Okay. You can put a block up because you maybe don't want to deal with it, but it's almost like your determination is needed at this time, or at least to start, you know, to make things easier. Everything won't feel like a fight and everything won't feel like a struggle as long as you start. But it's important for you to be patient with yourself during the transition. Okay? All right, Aries, I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.